Okay, in this next video, we're going to talk about fall detector. So fall detector is another way of affecting a player's status life. So a fall detector is basically we're just gonna detect if a player falls off the screen or off the scene of a game. So modify your design to create gaps, okay, that will let the player fall. So example, here I'm gonna change my prefab punya grass tints right here. Sorry, just select here and I'm gonna adjust it supaya with shorter sikit. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust it here so it makes it shorter. Sorry, apply. So, that's weird. You already takan prefab. So, gonna drag it here. Sorry, duplicate this one saja. Duplicate. Create some platforms. We don't need the pump right now. So, say instead of use platform so that the player can jump to the next platform and so on. Okay, so I'm not gonna really do much of the design, just to show that there's a gap in which the player can fall. Okay, so now to do the fall detector, we need to create a new game object and name it fall detector. So in order to make that one, we will go here to game object, create empty, and we will just rename it to fall detector. Take note, the name is fall detector. Okay. So we need to create a tag for the fall detector because the fall detector will also have a collider. It will detect any collision from the player, and if the player collides with the fall detector, the player will we will do anything to the player like game over or respawn. That one will be on the next video. So here, so we need to add a box collider to the fall detector and expand it. So how are we gonna expand it? Okay. So the easiest way to expand a fall detector is to expand it to the whole scene. Okay, so in my fall detector, I'm gonna add a component, physics 2D, box collider. Okay, I'm gonna position that at the bottom of the player. Okay, the easiest way to do the fall detector is to expand it. Okay, how are you gonna expand it? Just expand it horizontally sampai end of the scene. So at least you don't have to worry about it following the camera. Okay. So the size of the box collider has now been sized. We resize it. Okay. So if you click it now, the fall detector punya size. So you can also enter here. It's here. It's 83. I can make it 90 if I want to. Okay. So make sure it's like within the boundaries of your game. So next thing you have to do is to create a tag for that player, for the fall detector. So here in our tag, we will create another tag. We will just call this fall detector, small letter F, small letter D. Okay. So once you created the tag fall detector, select again the fall detector here and assign the tag there. Add tag. Okay, you have to make sure that you check is trigger jua. Okay. So again, add a tag. and make sure the box collider is trigger is enabled. Okay. So there's several ways to do this. The easiest way is just to create a fall detector script. So we're gonna create a script, create C# script, and we call it fall detector. And we're gonna assign that to the fall detector script. Sorry. Fall detector, assign it there. So once you have assigned the fall detector script in the fall detector object, double click on fall detector, and we're gonna trigger the tag of the player, meaning if the player is triggered or in contact with the fall detector. So here we're gonna create void on trigger enter 2D. Okay, let me check the if it's loading. Yep, on trigger enter 2D. Collider 2D other. Other means the other object that it will get contact with. So here we're gonna create a condition to check if the player contacts the fall detector. So if other dot tag equals to player. So for now we're just gonna print sorry, do we have a live here in our canvas? Okay. So we're gonna add a live here in our canvas. For now we're just gonna display debug.log fall detector. Or let's say call it game over. Save it. Okay. So let's try. There should when if a player falls, it should display here in our console. Okay. Okay. So ignore that one. That's my error too. Okay. Okay. You notice in our scene, it says game over. So it means it detected that the player fell and got in contact with the fall detector. Okay, so next video.